going down. Here we go.
Guess what?
What?
First ban against Moma, Karthus.
No.
It's almost like I called it.
I don't believe it.
No, almost like I called it. Yeah, that's... Well, you don't want to give this guy Karthus. And that Twisted Fate band. These guys have done their homework and they know that Forellenlord is known for playing the TF mid and countering and actually comboing with the Nocturne. So Udyr, the next ban there, I'm not sure if it's actually aimed at anyone. Zoas can certainly play anything in top lane. Linak probably plays a very good Udyr as well, just fits his style. I think it's just a question of Ultra that don't want to have to deal with that. Shen ban as well, so they're like, you know what guys, we're on to you, we know you're trying your no funny business here.
Those partially global alts are not necessary. It looks like they will ban out the Shyvana, just a very strong overall jungler and top lane as well. They can really dominate the game, and we have a lot of CC being banned out here on the side of against Authority.
But we have Orianna banned as well, and the reason for that is quite simply, again, Forellenlord, who's been sitting at rank 1 solo queue US for weeks, playing almost exclusively Orianna. But this guy knows it's Orianna, you don't want to give him the Orianna.
It's a lot of utility to bring to the game. You can speed up anyone on your team, you can shield anyone on your team, and speed them up at the same time. You can displace the entire enemy team.
So disruptive, so very disruptive. And it's a sort of an uncleansable stun too while you're being tossed. It's a knock-up, so you can't cleanse it. So good stuff there. And we see a Cannon and Janna picked up. Cannon is a brilliant first pick. I just love Cannon as a first pick because you're not showing your cards. It's a first pick on their side. Yeah, you know what I mean. It could be a top lane Cannon. It could be a bot lane AD Cannon. You don't know.
Now, the first thing I thought when I saw that was, are they going to have an accidental ult out? You know, is Janna going to push everybody out of Kennon's ult? That's something that's very risky there. And when Kennen goes in is when he needs the most heal, unless he has his Rylas. So, I'm sorry, not Rylas.
Are we being trolled?
No.
Is that actually going to be...
I wouldn't see why not. Right now, Fiddlesticks with a Riven would be very nice. You can just CC that entire area with your blast, and then he comes in, and everybody's trying to focus on Riven at that point, but they get silenced. So that could be a really good combo. It's kind of like based off of that happening, so you really have to be careful on how you play that. But now...
It's a very dangerous pick, and this guy... What? What?
Maybe that's to not give Janna a chance to ultimate right there.
The thing is that those are both junglers. You don't run either of them in top lane or anywhere else really. These are junglers. These are two only junglers. So I guess you can run Skarner top lane. You know who used to do that? Trisha used to do that and feed all day long. It just doesn't work. It's not a viable pick for top lane.
Yeah, but you know what? If you feed that guy and you kill him once, you're right back in it.
Yeah, no. That'd be nice, but no. It's not like he holds on to your money for you. Kill me a couple of times, I'll get the money back eventually. No. Alistair and Morgana picked up. Oh man, Morgana and Cannon.
CC team to the max right now for against all 30.
That Cowboy gets in there, tosses everyone in the air. At the same time, Morgana comes in, Cannon comes in. It's going to be massive stunts, massive damage. At this point, they can pick pretty much any AD on top of that. I mean, Misfortune would be ideal, but I don't think they're going to run it. I think the only team we're going to see running Misfortune is going to be TSM, because KX is
It is very powerful. I was speaking with one of my coworkers the other day, and I'm like, why? And she's like, think about it. Take Janna, take MF, put him bottom lane. You go up to somebody and you attack them, Q them, your attack resets, you attack 3 times at level 1 with her shield on you. That's some AD, because her shield is going to give you more AD. So that's huge.
Ooh, interesting things happening here. It's going to be a Nivea mid for Forellenlord.
That's funny because Moma is he's a very good Nivea, so he'll be able to counter this very well with the Kennen. Unless Morgana rather, but Kennen top rather, right.
Let's see what they're going to pick for. Yep, Corki works. It didn't even matter at this point. I mean, Corki, Janna, safe bot lane, that's going to be happy. I really don't know what's going on here, because let's see how they swap. So it's going to be Skarner in the jungle, and I guess it's going to be a top lane Fiddlesticks. Even better if it was a fiddle in the middle, but no, it is going to be a fiddle in the middle. Fiddle support? Yeah, there's no support. You're right, of course.
Fiddle support.
There's no support. Fiddle support is, guys. I guess, Licados, of course, is there. He's not actually from Korea. He's just trolling you. He is their support player. I thought there was a rule against picking stupid names, but never mind. Let's not have a rule against fun, even though we are in Germany.
All right, so let's look at these lanes a little bit. We do have a Nivea versus Morgana. That's kind of a tough lane for Anivia.
Yeah.
She cannot last hit at the tower unless he's just
Yes.
blowing her Q away all day.
Yeah.
And Morgana is just going to lay Tormented Soil down, push Anivia or Forlin into his tower, and it's not really going to be very good for him. He's going to need a lot of help from the jungle on that one, at least to get MoMA out of position and maybe back off some of the experience for a while. But that lane overall is definitely going to be in MoMA's favor at this point.
Absolutely.
We're going to look at that top lane. Looks like we have a Riven going versus that Kennen. Riven can usually sustain pretty well, running the flat. Maybe we'll see what kind of MR she has as she gets into lane.
The bot lane is going to be just strange. Sivir and
Sivir Fiddle.
Sivir Fiddle.
I'm trying to think of the combination that they have. Yeah, there's silence, and Sivir's very aggressive, and she can get in there and not have to worry. And then when she does have to worry, she just pops Spell Shield. So you kind of have at least a few seconds to continuously do damage without having to worry about anything. So,
but still, it's no sustain in, in that. I mean, he can sustain it himself, right? So he can soak damage and then just heal up again. But
Fiddle has a long range on that silence, as well as his fear, as well as his drain. So if you sit in the bush and you're just like drain
until
train
the end
all
of
day.
time. Yeah. I am very happy though to see that we are going indeed to have the surprise party fiddlesticks, the best fiddle skin in the world. Yes,
partying
the sounds. I can't wait for those sounds. This is a very, very strange lineup here. And you know what?
I'm not gonna lie. I will totally agree with you.
I was jealous,
but I'm happy to see this.
I was totally jealous of freaking Demon casting that strange first game, and you know what? We're getting a strange game as well. So this is gonna be our first look at AAA. Everybody, AAA versus alternate. And we can see the two teams here setting up right now. Not quite sure what they want to do quite yet. It looks like they're both setting up rather defensively at the moment. Yeah, having a look into the river here. No, Pink's going down into the entrance to purple lizard jungle for Team Alternate. So I think that's where they want to go right now. So that seems to be their path right now. They are, of course, there are voice comms that they'll be talking about this path, but they'll ping it at the same time to be completely sure that everybody knows what they're talking about. Janna leading the way here, N-rated, super courageous, I'd say. Not scared to pull a double lift.
Wow.
Yeah.
Against all authority with 2 wards down before a minute into the game.
Nice.
So those aren't really going to help besides the fact of these early minutes. Wards are going to last you 3 minutes, so they usually go down quite fast. And by the time our laning phase gets up, it's only going to help for a while. So we'll have to see if bottom doesn't have enough coverage mid to late game here.
That is a lot of wards that they expended, but Janna still has 3, so these are wards that other people must have brought. I'm not entirely sure where they came from.
That was Linek posting down those wards, I believe. He did go boots pots for jungle.
Boots and 1 pot. You know you can afford to buy 3 pots. So interesting. Yellow Star and N-rated looks like they want to take the Wraiths away right now. They should be safe enough. Yeah, nobody actually sees this at all. Look at how quickly they can. I didn't even know they could do this quickly. And they're going to leave one. Yeah, nice. Let's just be mean. Why not? Skarner doing his wolves is going to transition over to blue, which is obviously the normal starting path. Good pull as well from Anivia, not losing any time on that. And the lanes are, well, as we predicted, of course, it's going to be Kennen in top and Morgana in mid lane. And let's see if Morgana actually started with. No, she started with binding. Yeah, you want to be that safe and start with binding. And in mid lane, like you said, it's not going to be very interesting. She's just going to shove the tower and hope that Anivia can't last it on the tower. But I was going to say, look at Fiddlesticks coming in for a gank in bot lane. It's like, no, he's support. It's so hard. So hard, Rivington.
And we'll have to see what they can do to start off. It looks like Fish is going to be farming pretty hard, but his lane is still in the middle, so that Boomerang just kind of reset everything for him. Yellowstar doing a nice job of keeping himself kind of forward here. He's definitely keeping Fish back, and Leo as well. They're not too sure about their own composition, it seems. They know that N-rated can be very aggressive with that tornado, and that's all it needs to start the attack here. So they're going to play nice on the bottom lane against alternate there. And top lane, we're going to see what Riven has to offer. Taking a little bit of damage, and it also is being pushed off, waiting for these minions to come up. So you can see that kind of lax gameplay here. Great shield there to dodge the damage, but the proc was on, and so is playing very smart with that 4th shuriken every time.
Yep, he's counting them for sure, and he wants to keep as many marks of the storm up as possible. Gank coming in already in bot lane. The Unso is setting up, but there's a ward that showed him and they're playing very smart. I don't like when they see a jungler in the brush and they show that they see him, and oh, actually he's trying to come in right now. Is he gonna get his low? Oh, perfect. He actually putting N-Rate in the worst way possible. He has to blow his heal already. Fish though going very low as well. This could be first blood if they get in range for him. It does look like it. Unso is actually going to use his Q to slow a little bit, and they should be safe right now. Good headbutt there. Unso may have to use his flash to get out of this, and yes, he's super low right now. He has to use his flash. It's going to be okay. So I understand right now what the idea is behind that fiddlesticks, because in a gank, if that fear just procs in the right direction, you are in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, that was really good by them, especially by Alistar to come down. Linak was just coming down in a lane that already had 3. He was not worried about anything, and he did a great job to really assist his team there, and just great timing overall, knowing a Skarner would be going bottom that fast as his jungle is very quick.
Exactly, yeah. And like I was saying, I liked what the bottom lane from AAA was doing. They were not showing their hand. They were not showing there was a ward in that brush, by just playing generally safely without giving up that they actually knew somebody was waiting for them in the river. I like that. Normally people get nervous and just like toss a Q or like a corky Q in that brush just like to make them go away. But that way, of course, you give up information, which you never want to do. Unso setting up for a Genki on Moma, who is pushed in so very, very far. Unso could have been going early already. Of course, Moma is going to have that black shield. It's not going to be slowed, and it's just going to be just fine there.
They're doing a very good job, actually. Lord farming very well in mid, 29 to 27, especially against a Morgana as a Nivea. That's very tough. Your auto attacks do not do much damage, and all she does is just lay Tormented Soil down and push you into your turret. But Fallen just managing to keep it out there. Linak looking for something in middle. Oh, Lord is biting right into it. Nice try there, but a great job. Momo was trying to pull himself down so Lord would feel more comfortable towards the top of the lane. Great try there. No go, though.
Cliffy now pushed against his turret in top lane. He is at 21 versus 39 CS, so that's not going too well for him there at top lane. Linux coming up, I guess, for a lane gank. Yeah, he's setting up for a lane gank right now, and I didn't know that Riven loses to Kennen, but, you know, judging from how much top laners complain about Kennen, I guess he's a counter to everything in the world.
In the world.
He's even a counter to losing. That's how strong Kennen is.
Looks like bottom lane will be returning as we go over a few things here. It looks like mid, again, 39 to 38, doing very well as the item starts to pop up here. Alistar just picked himself up, that revive, and going for that Philo Stone, but he went for wards first, so he's going to get that a little later. It's still 6 minutes into the game. The Philo can be weighted on a little bit more. Top, Riven still doing a good job at farming. That is going to be a lane of 28 to 46 in favor of Ken on that lane. So Riven being pushed back to her turret. Cliff doing what he can to keep that CS towards his favor, but so is doing a very nice job of putting Cliff under his turret and not being able to farm.
In bottom lane, Fish is being zoned really hard by Jana right now. He's sitting at 24 versus 46 CS in bot lane there. It's not going too well for Team Alden. This is kind of what we expected, and it looks like AAA are definitely not rusty. They are definitely in shape. They're going in for a very, very aggressive gank on Fish right now. Attack, but Unso is coming from behind. Yellowstar choosing to path top. No, he
just missed.
Oh, that is very, very unfortunate for him. He now used his heal. They may be able to catch up, and now he has to flash over the wall. Linak was coming to keep him safe as well. They could have turned that into a kill, I feel, if they would have been a little bit faster there. Was he trying to Valkyrie?
Yeah, as soon as they heard that Valkyrie went off, you should have seen like pure aggression, but they weren't slow to it, but they were just kind of lax. They thought they had the kill, so they kind of let him go. Here we got a push. I think they're going to be really going for the blue here. Yeah, it would be 7 minutes. Once you take down, this is one of the buffs in the game. It's a blue. It will respawn within 5 minutes. That's around the 7-minute mark. And you can see as they take this over, they're going to deny them. But here comes an alternate. Lord and Unso coming in. Can they deny this?
Nope.
And they cannot. It looks like he was able to pick it up, but they could get the ward off of Alistar if they kill him. No go there. And it looks like they will make it out with the steal on the blue buff. That's really going to hurt Anivia middle, as that is what her ultimate relies on. Her ultimate is something you can lay down, and it continuously costs mana. She cannot do that anymore, and she has to pick it up frequently after putting it down.
But look at that. The bottom lane coming all the way up to blue just to make sure that Anivia didn't get that blue. That's a lot of team play there. And I feel that's something that we have M5 to thank for.
If you think about it, Corki was actually out of position in the fact that that happened, and they said, you know what, you wasted your flash, don't go back down yet, let's work with this and take their blue buff right now. You know, you're out of position, let's just use it. So they played that really well.
And N-rated just holding the lane, just making sure that not too much farm was lost to the tower there. That was good job from the support there as well. There's a ping now going down on the blue for Team AAA, and I think it's probably just going to be given to Morgana in mid lane.
Yeah, that'll be really nice for MoMA. He'll be able to just lay down soil all the time. Dark bindings left and right. That blue buff, that Crest of the Ancient Golem as it's called in game, is going to give you a reduction on your cooldowns and a little bit of mana regen. Just a little bit. It'll probably keep you full all the time.
Yes, exactly. So mana is no longer a problem when you have the blue buff. Riven trying to farm up in top lane right now. She's at 54 to 70 from Kennen. Kennen is going straight for the Will of the Ancients. Makes so much sense for the Morgana and his team. That dual AP setup that we not really
not been able to take it, but they were trying to put themselves in a position where they could fight, where they were taking people off of Dragon so that they weren't doing as much damage. Right. Alistar was taking a lot, but they just caught way too far out. Morgana took a huge advantage there. Great job by MoMA to pull that one in their favor, and they got Dragon out of it. So we're going to see that coming up. Dragon will be in another 6 minutes, so we'll see that around 15 as it went down around 9:30, I believe.
Yeah, 15:30, 15:20, something like that.
Yep. Ooh, a catch in mid here. MoMA up by N-rated. Can they get the egg to pop? Anivia will go down into an egg form and go into rebirth. After that happens, if her passive is not down, each champion has a passive along with their skills that gives them a little bit of an edge, makes them a little bit different. And Anivia's is to go into egg form, bring herself back to life. So that would have worked out for her. She would have been able to live, but it's even better that he was able to get away alive in the first place.
Yeah, and as we can see in the lower left hand corner here, we can see that buff. So she still has the egg form. Rebirth is still up.
Yep.
And ready to go. Alright, sorry for missing that. We have a bit of video lag here. MoMA now going home. He's gonna get a lot of wards. I'll just predict he is buying his first gold per 5. That's gold per 10 actually. That's what supports have to buy there because they are not gonna take any CS. Let's just explain the purpose of a support. Support just sits in bottom lane and makes sure that the AD carry, the attack damage carry, is safe while farming up and not taking any spots, taking any farm themselves.
Yes, a lot of people don't like that in the beginning. When you first learn that, you're like, you get no CS. And you're like, wait a minute, that's delicious. Yes. I want CS.
I want my ice cream. 3k gold advantage currently from AAA, even though they only have the 1 kill. They've been winning pretty much all lanes. I think mid lane is even. No, even there it's a 12 CS advantage.
It's like Skarner making a move towards bottom. Unso getting a little aggro here. He will walk right through Tri-Bush, double warded, one from each team. That's nice. And it looks like he's actually just going to do a little bit of jungle deny. It looks like Fiddle could meet him here in the... No, he's going to go topside jungle. But yeah, a little jungle deny there. Great job by Unso. Oh, no, it's his own jungle. That's his own jungle.
He's denying his own jungle. That's what he's doing.
He's trolling me.
Yes.
He made such an epic move into his own jungle, it looked like invading.
Well, yes. Either that or you're trolling us. One of the two. Kennen now picked up his Will of the Ancients, building another amplifying tome, so I feel that's going to be a Crystal Scepter probably on him there. And let's see what Morgana's building. Morgana's just going straight for the damages, doing the damages with the needlessly large rod, which is needlessly large, actually. It doesn't really need to be this large. It's magical, you know?
So up top again, we'll go back to the CS. Let's actually see who has gold in their pocket here. The highest gold right now, I believe it looks like Morgana at 39.
He's gonna get caught there, so the fear is on him. He uses his ultimate to get out of there. Cliff, he pops his ultimate as well. Forelnot goes in on MoMA, but that was not the best idea. He eggs. MoMA doesn't quite get the ultimate off, and the Fiddle ultimate not perfect either. But Linak now no longer has his own ultimate, and he is gonna go down, so that's gonna equal the score 1-1 for Team Ultimate.
Very nice job there, and we can see Soaz just a little late on coming down. Riven had made a fast move from top to middle, and you really need to follow your lane, especially at this time of the game. Everybody's just grabbing their ultimates. The jungles have just grabbed theirs, and we see some level 10s as well. MoMA, the highest gold in the game, and I believe highest farm, 106 at 13 minutes. Nice job right behind him is Soaz up top at 104, and yet anybody on alternate to break 100 on the CS at 13:20 into the game. Here we go. Going for their blue. Looks like they will be able to deny this once again.
Yeah, it just spawned. And they catch him. Unso, the perfect binding, and down he goes. MoMA is definitely on his game today. He's hot. These bindings are just leaving blind. through the trees. He just knew exactly where he was going to be.
Well, it was a great job because look at how much vision they actually have on the opposing jungle. They have 2 wards they accidentally placed, but
it's not blind at all.
2 is always better than 1. No, but he did. That's actually an area where he turned dark and then got hit by it. So that was an amazing bind altogether. Looks like they will be able to get top turret here. They will take that out. That will be 150 gold for the entire team, and that'll be quite nice. The first turret of the game goes down, second turret rather, as mid has already fallen. So they've gained 300 gold off of that globally, and we can see the gold difference, 2-1 in kills, 2-0 in turrets. Right now, against all 30, it's up by 5,000 gold.
Yeah, that is not where you want to be as alternate 14 minutes into this game. Forellenlord is doing a very good job here, I feel, mid lane. He's really bringing the pain in these team fights, but he's not going to be able to carry the game by himself. And now they may actually find Linak and Enrated here in the forest. 3 members of alternate are there. Actually, the fear causes the Q from Forellenlord to miss right there. But Linak is going to have to flash it all the wall, just keeping him safe there. And Fish proccing his spell shield just in time not to get binded, because that would have been a clean kill as well.
And a few things to look at as we take the game in here at about 15 minutes. 1, Alistar's steal on the buff at 7 minutes. That was really big. We can see that it cost that mid lane turret. So against all 30 has been able to grab a little bit of an edge there. 2, we saw that early gank that forced Unso to flash out, which means Skarner has to be very careful and probably won't gank for the next 3 minutes until he gets his flash back up or more. So that was really huge on the part of against all authority in the beginning of the game to edge themselves into the lead here with an advantage just by a few small things.
Moma now pushing mid lane, really struggling, actually kind of misplaced in the tremendous, but it's fine. We didn't see it. And top turret falling finally there to Cliffy, who was alone for the longest time in his lane. He is at 107 to 120 right now, so he has been able to catch up, but it has to be said that Cannon was, doing work for his team. He was in the rest of the map, and Baron just spawned. I don't think they're going to go for it.
Headbutt at Dragon. Unso just missing the dark binding. Turns on the IndyCar. Takes a hard right. And it looks like we may have a little bit of a contest here for Dragon. The ward has been placed. Nice job. Lord going in, getting very close. Not the one you really want to take the first amount of poke, but he can also put up a wall to close somebody out. We're going to see very nice job by Yellowstar, just absolutely tearing everybody apart with Gatling. No worries there, taking a little bit of damage. So is coming in with Slicing Maelstrom, and he's able to get 1. Can he find another one? Just a W onto Lord, and he cannot get the next proc down. Cliff goes down as they are still battling it out towards Dragon, and it looks like it is going to be a 2 for none there. A great job by Against All Authority and Yellowstar to just start that off. What Corgi initiates with Gatling, that was awesome.
Cliff caught there by himself in the Morgana ultimate, but you know what? There was no one else for Morgana to attack at that point, so that was absolutely fine. He did a good job trying to keep them busy for a little bit, but it just wasn't going to happen. I mean, he was 1v4ing it basically, or 1v3ing it. So 4-1 currently, the kill advantage for AAA. It's I'm just going to use that word. I have a quota, certain words I can only use a certain amount of times. It's looking dire. That's my dire quota for the day, because it's not going to look much more dire than this today.
It looks like we're going to have about a 22-minute Dragon spawn. So as 22 minutes comes around again, we're going to focus and see what movements the teams are doing, how they're positioning themselves. Can they take it with 2 or 3, or are they going to fake something top and take the guy's bottom and then Baron? Maybe they can work themselves into that. We'll have to see how it happens from either side. Both teams know what time the Dragon is coming back up.
Soas is looking for something in bot lane. I don't think they know that he's there. He's going in right now. He puts the... he didn't quite get the stun in because the spell shield just stopped that from happening very, very barely. Linak was coming in as well. I think at least 1 flash here from alternate, maybe even 2 flashes used. Yeah, 2 flashes used. Both Fiddlesticks and Sivir had to use their flash to get out of there. Yeah, Moma doing such a great job. He did go for the hourglass first, so he's going to be safe in ultimates. I don't even feel like he needed it. They are so far ahead, he could have just built straight death cap and he would have been fine as well. Cliffy is still pushing top lane, which is, I guess it's what you do when you play top lane. Unso is trying to take the enemy red buff, so finally some counter jungling from Team Alternate, but I feel it's going to be too little too late at this point.
Right, yeah, if that was a blue early game, red buff is not necessary right now. They have a lot of speed on their champions. They have Janna, so they have tailwind of that 3%.
They're pinning Moma right now. They're going in on him right now. Cliffy has procced his ultimate as well. Moma finally using the black shield and the flash, and is going to be safe. That's 2 ultimates for 1 flash. I guess that's okay at the same time, though Soas was still battling in bot lane. And yeah, N-Raid are taking a lot of damage there from the turret, but they are absolutely happy to keep fighting.
Great
this.
combo.
Yeah, and Fish is
no.
one more attack, but Janna ultimate just keeping herself barely in time, and the bounce is not going to be enough as she procs Summoner heal. And guess what? Source is on a rampage.
N-rated.
Pretty good.
N-rated, putting on his baller jacket and taking like 5 turret shots to the face. Great job as Janna
and we
almost died.
We have to talk about this really quickly. They just recently exchanged one German support, Austrian support for another. They got rid of Osoft and took N-rated in, and they kind of said that they weren't happy with Osoft's playstyle, and I think what they meant is that Osoft isn't as crazy aggressive as N-rated. And you know what? In a game, in a team like this, it really fits to be this aggressive. So I can see why they want to go with a really crazy aggressive support.
Right now, MoMA, 20 minutes into the game, 6.7 thousand gold on under his belt. He's going to be able to use that. Another 6,300 gold for Corky. So a lot of gold being had. The highest gold amount on alternate rather is 5,100.
Yeah,
so
that's clear.
They're a little behind there. That has helped a lot with the global gold of the turrets, the global gold of Dragon, and possibly it looks like they're going to challenge again this blue buff. No, they will not. He's just going to be ward clearing.
Oh, but he got it. Oh, Ferrell, what were you doing? He was just not looking. And he goes down solo. They flash across the wall to pick up the kill. He was not looking at his screen there at that moment. He was walking past and like, "What's up? Hey guys, how you doing?" That's the enemy team.
It's one thing to get a blue buff, but it's one thing to get it off of a kill, and that's even better. If you're a jungler and you're counter jungling and you're heading into the jungle and you see your opposing jungler taking it, you wait until they grab it, then take it from them, if the health helps. We'll see what these guys are doing.
Unso using his ulti, I feel, just to be safe in this case. I don't really know. Alternate really needs to wait for AAA to split up and do something really silly. At this point, though, AAA, they have their target in their sights, and they're like, you know what? We're just going to bring this game home, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. They're barreling down mid lane. I don't even think they're going to bother about the 2 other lanes, because at this point they can just take mid inhibitor and probably finish the game. And no damage at all from Anivia. Good dodge from Yellow Star as well. The Black Shield on Linak is going to keep him nice and safe. Leo from Korea, also known as Licardis, is trying to set up for an ultimate there. But you know, at this point, if Fiddle has not been building anything, an ultimate isn't going to do any damage. Let's actually have a look what kind of damage that ultimate's going to do. The Crow Storm is going to do 125 per second. That's, it's not so much really.
Since the beginning of this game, I said, and it was a little unorthodox to see wards placed that early, but since then, there has not been a moment where they have not had a ward on the map. They have been warding the entire time. There are still wards on the map, and they're in the base of of alternate right now. So they don't even need those wards at this point.
Yeah.
But they're still placing them. They're still giving themselves vision coverage, and Alistar got that Oracles nice and early to stop any coverage of alternate. So really, they've been snowballing very well since that first blue buff take, and they push mid lane perfectly. They've been doing great on their ganks. Against All Authority did a very good job of trying to take this game from the first second instead of winning it late game.
The ping's going down on Baron right now, and I would really like to know what's going on in the voice chat of Alternate, because Alternate Rivington are a team that's known for having really high spirits, even in the
of course,
the hardest of circumstances. At the EPS, there was a 4-hour delay or so, I believe, and they were sitting in their little player room singing songs with their fans and their manager. But they were keeping their spirits up, and I think that if any team can probably deal with this pressure, it's Ultimate. The question is, what can Forenlord do at this point to rally his team around himself? I feel he's been having a good game, good enough at least.
With the CC they have, this could really turn, the tide could be turned in a fight by a nice wall. Honestly, if they push it off, they wall nicely and get the Skarner ult, there's not much the other team's going to be able to do with Sivir there and drained by Fiddle, and you're feared. So they can at least get that one and hopefully tick them down. In a full team fight, they don't have enough health or damage to do that. They really need to start separating the other team, get some good walls in, but they have a lot of CC on against All Authority's side, so if they can get around that wall, that kind of defeats the purpose.
The last time he used the wall to try to save himself, it just all flashed across the wall and killed him anyway. So that was very M5 style, see hero, kill hero.
Yeah, right? They put a wall down, everybody flashes over.
Exactly, yes.
We don't need these to get out.
It looks like they are setting up for a Baron. Maybe they're trying to bait the Baron and set up somewhere in their forest, but Alternate are coming in through the river. So they might find them there in the river right now. AAA have two options. They can either take the Baron, which will make them incredibly strong and just guarantee their victory pretty much, or they can just straight up force a fight in mid lane. At this point, either way sounds good to them, and Alternate are recalling right now. So there's a lot of farm in bot lane, and the moment that they recall, AAA go and just backdoor that top. It's not even backdoor. There's creeps. They just
Front
take
door. They're knocking.
Yeah, they just take the top lane inner turret there.
So it looks like they're going to be able to grab that pretty easy. A nice wave clear by Kennen.
Oh, nice wall.
There's
as well.
the wall. They kind of got him, and that was a lot of damage.
Yep.
So they do have the output to burst. They just don't have the consistency
But
here. So if they can
burst,
get.
look at
Oh
Pharrell.
wow!
Oh my
Pharrell
god!
almost going down. We're going to have to see what damage down to the turret. About 90%
Morgana
still.
flashes in now with the ultimate. That's a. No one is dead yet. Linak is going super low. You know what? The cow is not going to die. There's the Janna ultimate as well. No one died. 3 for nothing. They're going to take this turret. They're going to take the inhib. They're probably going to back off, heal, and take. Oh my god! He's flashing in on fish still. I don't believe how aggressive they are. They're using all their flashes just to go in. Linak with no help at all. And you know what? He just made that happen. He went in with that headbar pulverized and made it happen.
Corki's so strong right now, just blowing through armor, blowing through health, and it looks like they're going to go out on this one. They know they're low, but they just dealt a huge blow to alternate right there. Oh, was able to get out. She gets hit by the Q, and she is frost flashed. Oh, very nice shield from Morgana.
Not a good idea.
Great turn, great teamwork, beautiful job there. MoMA keeping N-rated alive.
Yeah.
And N-rated getting himself out as well.
That was brilliantly played from AAA. Even when they were falling back, Janna fell super low, and Pharrell was a little greedy. He was like, you know what, if the enemy team can flash in to secure kills, I can do that too. But you know what the difference is? The enemy team is currently 15k gold ahead of you. They can afford to do crazy stuff like that.
You know, any other composition with a few more wriggles, I would have said that was Alternate's Baron timing. Because everybody's backing with completely low health, and their entire ace just spawned. So that would have been Baron, but they don't have the damage right now, and it looks like Against All Authority is just backing it again for another base rush.
13 to 1 the kills at this moment. Linak is clearing up the wards around Baron, so I believe AAA may want to take a Baron before they finish the game, because
looks
why
like
not?
they will then.
Yeah, they're going for it. And they definitely have the damage output right now. MoMA is sitting a little bit off from his team, just trying to maybe push the enemy team away. Now Soas is doing that job. You usually have one guy just keeping the enemy team at bay. Soas doing a pretty good job of that right now.
That's great for Kennen. Low cooldowns, only energy. He can chuck all day.
Yeah. MoMA taking a good amount of damage. Unzo going in and grabbing yellows, but there's no damage to follow up on it at all.
Taking Baron damage.
Fish is gonna go down there. MoMA using his ultimate and the hourglass. Fiddlesticks going down there to Cannon ultimate. Oh, the binding hits Unzo, but they can't quite go through because of that wall. And
what
once
a spread out fight that was.
No one died. Rivington, no one died on Team AAA.
No, doing a very nice job. They did find Leo from Korea down and Fish as well. So that's the AD and pretty much your CC down. They do still have a Nivea up here, so they can still slow some things down, prevent them from going too far, and kind of turtle a little bit with the wall. But as of right now, Against All Authority has a huge lead, 43,000 gold to 28,000 gold right now in this game. 15 to 1, 27 minutes in, and it looked like this could be a final push. Like I said, Alternate needs to get that wall down right there. Can they get her? Almost a perfect wall, keeping MoMA in. She would have had the shield to deny the stun, and her team was there, but that was a great job and exactly what they needed to capitalize on. But they are giving themselves a few more minutes in this one, and possibly enough to get into this late game.
Oh, but right now Linak is in the front there. MoMA is running from the entire flood, and MoMA is definitely going to go down here. He's getting trained, and yes, there's the kill. Finally, MoMA is going down, but you know what? There's still 4 members of AAA around. Actually, Corki is super low. He seems to have survived, though. Yeah, he's still poking into this battle very, very low. There's the kill on Unzo, but also the kill on Linak at the same time. And oh God, look at how your low yellows dies. He just will not die. And you know what? That wasn't so bad. That was a 2-for-2 exchange for Alden. You know, if you're this far behind, you'll take a 2-for-2 exchange. That's good for you.
You know what probably would have helped there? A lot of flashes. but they didn't have him because they used him inside base. So it kind of cost them a little bit.
There in bot lane. I don't think it's going to get out of it. Nope, that is definitely a dead Forellen Lord. Yes. Ooh, N-rated almost died for that as well, but he just baited Fiddlesticks into staying around long enough for Ken to pick him up. Kennen now with an 804 record. I sense it's going to turn into a 904 soon. Nope, maybe not. N-rated in trouble. There's only Kennen around, and he's like, see ya.
Yep.
Yeah, well, it was
Nice
the right
job
thing to
there.
do.
Looks like
Support
Kennen's
dying.
actually going for another build. We just got an Aegis purchase on Janna, as well as a few more wards. Kennen going for that Abyssal Scepter, it seems.
And there's the GG's being called already, so I believe alternates are going to surrender very soon. Kennen going in, he procced his ultimate, and Unso is not in a happy place. Yep, there's the big one, picking up nicely there. So a stunning Fish as well. Fish has to use Summoner Heal. He's going to make it back to the fountain, which is going to heal him up nicely enough. Good wall there. Good. Using a flash defensive again. I like that the Fear Icon has a little party hat on it. That's awesome. Yellow Star getting out of there. Cliffy chasing him, and you know what? He can just turn around and kill you. Yep. Soas is still there as well. Linak is there too. Is Linak actually going to pick up Leo from Korea? Yes, he is. Cliffy is super low. Is down actually, and AAA is playing with their food at this point. Rivington, they could just finish this game, but you know what?
Yeah, let the minions do the work. This is at the point, as we were speaking of before, and as I was saying, this is the Nexus, and this is what you want to get. This is the bread and butter, and this is what your team wants to get to. They have taken down all the turrets that they need to, the 2 Nexus turrets as well at half health, and as Against All Authority does the last bit of damage, they are able to take their first match of the IEM Championships here in the round robin play. A very good game to them. Alternate here coming in as the underdog, obviously tried to show very strong, like I said before, few crucial plays that Against All Authority was able to do. The 7-minute blue buff take, that was huge. It didn't even go to Moma in middle, but it allowed them to focus, and it allowed them to let Moma get their blue and then push down that first turret. 150 global gold to the team, and then it just keeps going from there.
Look at the alternate guys, they're still smiling.
Exactly.
Look for Elno, he's happy. He's like, you know what? We are probably not going to make up a group stage here, but we're still going to try to get a shot.